welcome back, one and all to our channel, Jamaican Redneck. Alright, so for today's session, I will be going over how to choose your personal self-defense firearm, or how I choose my personal self-defense firearm. Now, looking at the area of firearm here, somebody say, why that too easy? I'm going to take that one, I'm going to take that one. But let me just go over the list. So, this is your Raging Bull 44 Magnum. I'll be doing a review on this independently, so I won't be going into it too much. This is your, and this is from Taurus Raging Bull. This is your Ruger 357 Magnum 7-shot GP 100. Nice 357 firearm. Now this is your Sig Sauer Scorpion chambered in 45 caliber. Now moving on, this is your Kimber Ultra Carry 2 3-inch barrel, chamber 45 caliber. Actually this is my Sunday gun. Yep. You put on your nice suit and everything, you want something to go with your suit, so this is actually my Sunday gun. And here you have your Beretta 40 caliber M93 A1. Right, this was actually the same brand, same type of firearm that the military and the FBI used to use until they move away from the Beretta to, I think it's the Sig 320, if my memory serves correct. All right, and also, last but not least, is my belly gun, which is your LCP light caliber pistol from Ruger, which is actually a 380, carry 6-shot. And you'll be saying, that's not a hard decision, Dux. That easy, which one would I pick? But no, none of these is not my personal self-defense gun. You know what is? Glock 19. This here. First gun you ever buy. This, out of all these firearms you see here, is my personal self-defense weapon. You may ask why. I'm going to touch on that. Now, this is 9mm. I show you 44 Magnum stopping power, 357 Magnum stopping power, 45 stopping power, 45, 40, all stopping power. But the Glock is an all-around pistol, right? The Glock is like a jack of all trade, as we are saying in Jamaica. The Glock have everything, something that these don't. Let's touch on it. First, the Kimber is a 45 single stock magazine, only carries 8. Now, depending on your state you're living in, you could carry a 15-round magazine within the Glock, and the Glock have a lot more compatible magazine than you get for the Kimber. Furthermore, the Glock is a lot lighter. The Kimber is, even though it looks smaller, is very heavy, but still nice. Now, when it comes to the Beretta is a duty gun. Alright? Duty meaning this is something you want to carry up on your outside holster in a situation where you're law enforcement, military, or aliens, meaning Martians attack. So you have to walk with something by you. Further, you can't walk with this concealed inside your waistband. Well, some people do, but it's just got become too much if you doing it on a everyday basis. Now, the Sig, nice and smooth, trust me. This again is a duty gun. You see the size, I think it's a 4.5 to 5-inch barrel, 45, and also this is a single stock magazine. Only come with 8, only hold 8 in the round. So you're at a deficiency when it comes to capacity, when it comes to the bigger rounds like the 45. The 40, I think this is a 10-round magazine because we live in a 10-round state. But I think there are 15-round magazines for the Beretta, double stack magazines. So moving on. Again, when it comes to limitation and ammunition, you know, again, so revolvers always come at a disadvantage. But nice, but again, heavy metal. You can't walk with this in your waistband every day. we don't even have to try what you can do with it. This is definitely a hunting gun. And I tell you all the time that all of my firearms mission specific. This is for me hunting, hiking, if alien invade, Sunday gun, when all hell broke loose and you don't have any other option. But this here is my personal self-defense gun. Why? Because again, it's light, it's very concealable. To be honest with you, if I stood up, you wouldn't even know I had it. It's easy to make holsters. I made this holster slide very nice out the holster. I didn't lock it too much for retention, but I can retain it if I want. Also, it's easier to mount optics. If you look at these other firearms, they're not set up for optics, especially 1911 frames. However, you can see this one here. I had to buy a mount to mount the optics on this one. However, I personally milled my slide and mounted this Viper Vortex. Really nice optics, right on target, pretty good ratings, a pretty good warranty. I broke it the first day I got it, and they have what they call a VIP warranty. Just sent it, they don't even care why it broke. They just don't care, just send it back in and they'll replace it. Also I've here mounted an Inforce tactical light with 200 lumens through a pretty big light. Yep, pretty strong beam when it's on. So I really like it. And again, also this assembly is pretty straightforward and easy. Boom. That's it. So also one more thing, while these here have hammer, you see the Glock is a striker fire, meaning as opposed to having a hammer that strikes the firing pin, the firing pin is struck by a lever on the inside, we strike the firing pin and actually strike the rounds and set it off. So the Glock to me is more of a very all-round pistol. It's very accurate, very light, very low profile, very concealable, considering the size, to be honest with you. And I tell you, you can't lose with a Glock. I tell you, I brought my brother wants to go buy, look at some firearm to see what fit him on. And the first time he say, okay, I want the 45. I say, okay, but you want to talk other things to see. He say, no, I don't like Glock. The Glock them too light, this, that. Then after a while, after I have the 45 for a while, it's like, oh, you know what, I kind of need something else. You know, something that's more lighter, more manageable, and something you can actually handle on a day-to-day basis. So for me, if I choose a bedside self-defense gun, it would be the Glock because of its all-round nature. To me, this is like a Jamaican gun. Not Jamaican, this is a Jamaican like it, but involving everything and know everything. This is it for me, Glock 19. Alright, so again, all my stuff, them mission specific for you. I give you idea of the different options that might be available to you and how you might want to think of choosing a firearm. Think of your caliber, think of round capacity, think of functionality, because while these things here, the hammer, something can easily drop in between here if you carry it inside your waistband. Easily drop inside if you carry it inside your waistband and prevent the firearm from discharging. Whereas with the Glock, that's not an option, right? Because the Glock don't have a hammer. Capacity, you have a lot more magazine that's compatible with the Glock that are not compatible with these other firearms you see here. So choose wisely, and remember, your life more than likely will depend on it if you have to defend yourself for whatever reason. All right, so stay tuned. I think in the next video I'm going to make a video showing you guys how to apply for a New York City pistol permit. I think a New York State pistol permit, probably a Connecticut state pistol permit, and a Utah state pistol permit, which come with advantage because there's reciprocation amongst the other states. All right, and reciprocation means if you have a a pistol permit in New York and you frequent Connecticut, they will give you a carry permit if you go through a certain process over in Connecticut. I'll go walk you, I'll show all that process. These are one of my creation that I made specifically for my Glock inside the waistband holster. Alright, so thanks again for watching. Stay tuned and see you on the next go around. Peace.